Hey guys, so Chris Voss here for Chris Voss Show. We're at the Vanderhall Motorworks CES booth, and this is a pretty spectacular booth they have going on here. They've got two of their beautiful cars that you can see here, and these are all electric Roadsters. And I'm with the rep here, Daniel. Hello, Daniel. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Thanks for giving us a walkthrough of these beautiful vehicles.
Happy to do it.
And they can go to vanderhallusa.com to see these. Is that correct?
That's correct. Then click on models, and you can click directly to the Edisons, or if you're interested in gas-powered, we've got the Venice and the Laguna.
All right, so let's take a walkthrough with these. I saw these on Jay Leno's Garage, so if you haven't watched the video of Jay Leno's Garage, this is pretty amazing, and the features on it are pretty awesome as well. Plus, you guys made this one. You have other models that are gas-powered.
Correct.
You made this one. I think what's the 0 to 60 again?
So the Venice is 4.5 seconds. The Edison 2 is right at 4 seconds flat.
And that's all electric.
Correct.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
That just blew my mind when I heard it. So you guys got some interesting features. This is kind of in the category so that you can deal with car business and car regulations as technically a motorcycle.
Yes, in most states it's actually an autocycle. 34 states have autocycle provisions, but we do have a significant number of states that have retained it as a motorcycle. One of the questions that's asked us often is you're looking at the grille here, is with if it's not an internal combustion engine, why does it have a grille? Well, electric motors and batteries still require cooling, and so it does have a passive cooling system. So it's functional, even though it is electric.
Cool. So, so one of the neat things about it was, and I saw this from the Jay Leno thing, was that you guys have these specialty lights so that the grille doesn't really block them. People, if they look closely, they can kind of see. There's little individual, I guess, bubbles or lights.
LEDs.
Basically, yeah. LEDs.
Yeah.
This thing looks really bad. And is it based on some old-timey models, some original car models that you guys?
know, there's some influences across F1. There's also some influences from Porsche. It does, there's really all things that are classic and have a timeless style to us is really what we're emulating.
Yeah.
We're looking for something that's at home just as well in 2018 as it would be in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s.
This got a great line. It's just a beautiful look to it, and still just really hot, masculine, rock and roll. Even though it has a motorcycle, one tire on the back, but beautiful console. You feel like it kind of reminds me of some of those British Roadsters sort of things, only updated.
Yeah, for sure.
The old, what was it, the M5s, the MG5s, or whatever they were?
Just a heck of a lot more reliable, we're hoping.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So you've got, this is a shifter here.
Yeah, well, so what we've got here is we've got park, reverse, neutral, drive.
Okay.
It's an automatic because it is an electric. And then if you go one more click, you're going to enable the sequential regenerative bump shifter. So that's going to give you the capacity to mimic the feel of a manual transmission while providing significant regenerative power to your brakes.
Cool.
So by shifting that down or shifting that up, you're either engaging more or less regenerative brake power.
Cool. And you got some nice bucket seats, and they're heated too, from what I understand.
Standard heated, comes with heated seats.
Because maybe if you're driving in some cooler winter air, you need a little bit of heat so you don't freeze to death in this baby. And you got a heater inside of it, right?
Correct.
Yeah. And then you've got some switches here. I forget what these are called.
So the toggle switches, the aviator switchers are used for various different things. Often individuals are going to have dealers install additional options.
Okay.
And so a couple of those are just basically blanks. We do use one to engage the radio. So you can turn the Bluetooth connected radio light on and off so you don't have that flashing in your eyes when it's not on.
And you can see the seats here. Nice bucket seats that you're going to fit into and everything else. And then you guys got roll bar prevention here.
Correct.
Federal standards so that you're going to be okay?
Well, there is no, because it's a motorcycle, there is no federal standard, but we do have them on there just because it makes sense. We do have 48 liters of storage behind the rear seats.
Oh, wow.
We got some of our...
they didn't show this in the Jay Leno video,
Yeah.
and so I was curious because
Yeah.
they said there was storage back in there.
We've got some
So this
of our-
goes all the way back into
Yep,
out here or so?
correct.
Okay.
So basically about the same size as if you're going on a week backpacking trip.
Yeah.
It's about the same size.
And you don't have a gas tank, so
Yep. Type 2 plug, most popular electric plug out there. So kind of Nissan Leaf, Chevy Bolt are using it.
yeah.
As well as you have the opportunity to also charge via 110.
Cool. Now this is a GM engine that you guys are using, and you modified it?
So in the Laguna and the Venice, the gas models do use a 1.4 liter turbocharged GM. The Edison
Okay.
uses 2 electric motors and then a 30 kilowatt hour battery pack.
Cool. This is a beautiful looking vehicle, just great lines, really chic looking. This thing screams kind of fun, like weekend fun. Take this baby out. You see the Vanderhall. Now, there was a kind of an interesting name as to why the CEO named this Vanderhall.
Yeah, so his father, his surname is Hall, Stephen Hall, and then his mom's maiden name is Van Dyke. So it's kind of an amalgamation of both. It was a happy coincidence. It was also white space on the internet. So
That's hard to find these days.
Yeah, so if you search Vander and three-wheel vehicle, we pull up for like 12 pages.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. And it's just a great looking, I like the name Vanderhall. It does have the kind of that British sort of feel to it, the Vander thing. It gives that kind of elegance, richness. There, there was the Vanderbergs. What was
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilts, there you go. I flunked history, clearly. I went to public school, so, there's that. And so all electric, I mean, this is pretty surprising. What's the range that I can get on this car on a full charge?
So a conservative estimate is over 200 miles. If you're driving it, pretty not rough, but kind of hard, you're going to be about 150. If you're driving it like you stole it, you'll get under 100.
Drive it like you stole it. That sounds like me on the speedway between here and Salt Lake City, Utah. Where you can do 85 on the speed limit.
Yeah.
And of course, I might go 1 or 2 miles over, but not recommended if you're doing that at home. But
so one of the key features that where we excel is the Vanderhall brakes amazingly. So the Edison comes with standard Brembo brakes, which enable it to brake from 60 to 0 in less than 100 feet.
Wow.
Which supercars are generally doing it at about 105 feet. Some are doing it less than that, and we're right there with them.
is there any way we can get a chance to look under the hood? Would that be too much trouble?
So because it is a fully electric vehicle, consumer, we're not encouraging consumers to hop in there, just because it's 100 volts underneath there.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, okay, that sounds like a good deal. I don't need any more shocks in my life than this. So just a beautiful car, guys. Really good looking, and very sleek, beautiful lines. Just kind of reminiscent of those wonderful Roadsters of the days of old. This would make a great Bond vehicle.
For
wouldn't
sure,
it?
man. For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Villain or James, I don't know, either one. If the shows come calling, we'll assist.
Yeah, I was gonna say some of those toggle switches would be good for some ejector seats and stuff.
Yeah. And,
I have you now, Mr. Bond. No, you don't. Click, and there they go.
Yeah.
And then some. You could probably mount some
side mount machine guns.
Machine guns on this. I'm thinking
rockets.
just right off the things there. And if you watch I can tell our watchers that if you watch the Jay Leno video, they show under the hood, at least in one of the vehicles. I think it was Laguna that they showed.
Venice.
On the Venice.
Yeah.
And it's really cool how they set up the suspension and everything. They got it in there, and they got the low profile with it, because normally when you put the suspension in cars, it's got to sit up high for the struts that have the high end. And so they got some real special cool stuff that you want to take a look at in the video. But yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful car. And they can go to vanderhallusa.com.
Correct.
And see this baby. Anything else we should know before we wrap, Daniel?
They're available for pre-order right now. Initial deliveries will be taken care of in second quarter 2018.
Cool.
And we've got a dealer network that's continuing to expand. 27 dealers right now, so hop on the website and check out vanderhallusa.com click on Find a Dealer and see which dealer is closest to you.
Cool. And then what's the price on this? Because that's the other cool thing.
$34,950 for the $34,950 for the all-electric Edison.
And I got to tell you, if you're in your midlife crisis years like I am, this might be a nice thing to have a midlife crisis with.
Yeah, you've worked hard for your money. Go out and enjoy some of it. At Vanderhall, we feel like we can help you do so, and help you do so in a way that is effective and gives you just an amazing experience for the money that you're investing.
Definitely. Well, thank you, Daniel. We'll be sure to check it out. VanderhallUSA.com. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks.